Well, Addie Bear and Addie skipping school today. She's got a cough, and I actually have a cough. Yeah, you're sick. I heard you coughing a minute ago. You bought these disgusting gummy things. Terrible. Even I tried one. They're not that good, but Addie's got to eat them. That's medicine. Got to take it.
You eat them too.
I did, but I didn't like it.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I didn't either, but you have to take them. So we both have a cough today. I've been plugged up the last 2 days, coughing up mucus and stuff. It's just this time of year. I'm not that worried about it. I know how the horses feel, put it that way. So, I almost didn't do a video today because there wasn't a whole lot to talk about. They're still clearing all the snow off Northfield's track. A lot of the babies don't have cork on. They can go out and jog, but you certainly can't go a mile or do any sort of mechanical work with them. I went to go with Trevino on green today. No cork on behind. Certainly can't go with him. So our blacksmith was there today. I asked him to put cork on him all around, and I'll train him tomorrow morning. Probably look to go around 210 with him. So the problem is, rushing around. Gotta get cork. For the next 2 weeks, it's going to be above zero for the most part, and it's going to be messy on Saturday and Sunday, I think, which makes it tough for us to do our videos for any of the babies. Now, it's going to be cold on Saturday. No point in doing a video. I know a lot of people are like, oh, good, we get to watch the videos on Saturday. There's no point in doing a video Saturday. There's no possible way they can cork 40 babies in 2 days. We usually start corking them over the next week. The next shoeing, right? The second shoeing of the babies, it's usually with cork. Don't need the cork next week, but you definitely need it Friday, Saturday of this week. So there's no point in doing the videos on Saturday. It's just going to be messy. So I'll just leave that alone for now. What else took place this morning? Like I said, I couldn't do any mechanical work because the track was not soft enough to do so. So I jogged a couple of horses, went with highest honors. I was happy with him. I think he'd make a much better gelding. He's not being loud or anything, but when you ask him to do something, his first inclination is, I don't know. And that's not a bad attitude. Tons of horses have it, but it's one that I'm going to nip in the bud right away. So I did slide him onto the castration list. He is definitely behind the two He's definitely behind the two Uncle Peters. They're going to be on that list first and foremost, and then highest honors, a couple other horses, but nothing really serious to worry about. Now, as it pertains to our qualifier and our schoolers this morning, I want to talk to James. Now, I'll tell you what, I want everybody to pay attention now. You have nothing visual to compare it to because you've never seen Dancing by Myself before. Call James. I guess I'll rewind a week. Schooler last week, they said Dancing by Myself, 2-2 and 4, 2-3, last half 59, very good. James is very happy with them. But he had 2 marks on the outside leg above his knee. So he touched his knee, right in the middle of his knee, and 1 above his knee up on the arm. So Dom said, we'll just put some knee boots on him. I said, this is where we get into trouble last year. What happens is, and a lot of horsemen don't understand this, even sharp horsemen don't understand this sometimes when it comes to trotters. There's your front feet, put those knee boots on, they'll get up and they'll brush that knee boot. Now, when they'll touch that arm, they'll hit it, come off, depending on how hard they hit it. Most of them, if you're just leaving a tiny mark, will just brush past it and end up hitting it. You see a lot of people tape horses' knees up. Well, I had a couple of horsemen, Addie, turn that down. I had a couple of horsemen that had asked me this summer, they said, I don't know why you just don't put knee boots on horses. Why would you ever tape a knee up? Because they don't understand what happens next, right? If this horse comes off the ground, the horse's gait is as it is, it's that knee, it is impossible to believe, realistically, just think of it, that left foot, or in the other case, the right foot, would land in the same place it would in that horse's gait, 30 miles an hour, if it did not touch that knee. It would be impossible to believe that, wouldn't it? And here's the horse's gait, it lands here, comes up and hits that knee. You truly believe that it would land in the same place. That gait would stay the same with that interference on that knee. Of course not. The horse's foot would land more to the left if he hit that, which would then allow it to touch its hind shin, especially if it's a line-gated trot. And that's exactly what Dancing by Myself does. hits that left shin below the jack at the top of the shin bone. He does that because he comes off that knee boot, lands a little bit to the left, and you have to understand this is a game of inches, and not even inches, a game of millimeters sometimes. And that little bit extra to the left ensures that he's just going to hit that shin just hard enough to make him look like he did this morning. Now, when I talk to James, as a driver, you see a horse rough, you say to yourself, oh my God, he was trying to run the whole way. Now, as a trainer, I had said to James, hold on, he's made breaks his entire life. Is it more likely he was trying to run, or is it more likely he was trying his hardest not to run? Because he already knows how to run. He's done it plenty. I would say he was trying his hardest not to run, and did a hell of a job doing it, by the way. He said, well, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess you're right, yeah. Now, I told Don this. I told him the whole story about the knee boot and the shin last week. This is where he got hurt himself last year and hurt himself. Put a big bruise, a hematoma on that shin, and we just gave him time off. So, take the knee boots off. Tip him out a little bit left front. That should help stabilize him and keep him out of that knee. Take that knee up in case it doesn't. Behind, go to a little longer shoe or an egg bar, and maybe even a side weight on that left hind, much like we had on Drebin forever. And Casanova Hall. That should help Dancing by Myself, his gait moving forward. The fact that he was trying as hard as he could to do his work today is impressive and a testament to the horse's durability and his attention to his job. So I think he'll be fine. Now in the schoolers, Speed of Sound, Mounts for All, Never Lose Felix, and a Southwind Idex. Southwind Idex, 2.6 last half of a minute, 4/5. Chasing him the whole way because he's lazy. You know that. Strawberry or grape? You got to take one. I'll give you the strawberry again because I don't like the grape. These things are terrible, by the way. There you go. Get it into you. Dry cough. Uh-oh. Boogers. Do you have a Kleenex back there? Oh, right there. There's a Kleenex. Use that one for now. I'll get you some more. So, IDEX was okay. Decent mile. As I said to Matt, who had bought a bunch of those shares the other day, is my partner. I still own some of Southwind IDEX also. Beautiful gait. Decent breeding. No, better than decent breeding. Very good breeding. Bad attitude. Questionable work ethic. Hopefully when he sees the gate is in the crowd, he'll divert back to what he's supposed to be doing, not what he doesn't want to be doing. So we'll see how Southwind IDEX goes the next 2-3 weeks. Never Lose Felix, Johnny lost him going into the first turn coming off the gate. He was really sharp. I'd said, well, never seen the gate in his life. And Johnny said he was pretty aggressive coming off the car. I said he also wore snake cord last year. So it's just a matter, and the track was kind of slippery. I don't think the horses had full winter cork on. Probably slipped a little bit when he was trying to back him into a hole, got out of gear and made a break. He said he came back trotting, he was great after that, which is good. Those are those two. Now, James said Mounts for All was awesome. 2-3 last half, 58 apiece. He said I moved him over and just dusted everybody. Now, one of the horses he dusted was Speed of Sound, who Danny told me was awesome also. Speed of Sound is our big, giant tactical landing filly. And I said, well, to be fair, Mounts for All is a full year older than everybody else you mentioned and has already trotted in 54. So, a little unfair. Speed of Sound, to every time she goes fast, that's the fastest she's ever been. So today, I talked to Danny after he went with Speed of Sound. He said, Anthony, that's a really nice filly. I like her a lot. He said, I'm over the half in 104 and 2, 1 mile in 2-3 and 3. She was awesome. He said, yeah, James would buy, but I think James' horse is a better horse. James' horse is an older, experienced horse and is a really nice colt. This filly is just learning. He said, well, then she was exceptionally good. He really likes her. So good day in Ontario at the qualifiers and the schoolers. The Dancing by Myself qualifier. You'll see a much different and much improved Dancing by Myself next week. I'm almost positive of that. Depending now, if he really walloped that shin and blew up a little bit, he bruised it, he might need a week off. I don't know. but he's pretty tough, and this is something he's been through that same as last year. So I doubt it blew up gigantic, but I haven't seen it. I haven't talked to Cindy yet. I will when I get off the phone here with you. My suspicions are that he's fine, and that will come right down, and we can move forward with exactly the plan I had laid out to you moving forward. The other horses will all be in to qualify, I suspect, next week. There'll be no reason to school them again. They all sound like they're ready to go, which is very, very good in our regard. My only problem to fix today left now is we have 4 horses to come out of Kentucky in 1 stall in Ontario. So how do we remedy that? Don't know. I have to look into that right now as I finish driving down the road to the Meadows. So Addie and I are off to race Tenacious Hanover. I get a few other drives. No. Yeah, Tenacious Hanover is the horse I'm driving today of ours. I got some other drives, but they're not our horses. So I'll be off to drive Tenacious Hanover. I got some other stuff cooking today to race here, and then we're done for tonight. Drebin will have Winter Cork on for tonight, so you'll Mr. have Winter Cork on just to double check. Now he came in short from Tim's, and then we sent him down there. I said to Lauren, just to be certain, can you check his shoes when you arrive at Dayton? And if there isn't 4 corks on every shoe, let me know. I'll call Stacy or call our blacksmith in Southern Ohio, ask him to make up a pair of shoes with 4 corks on for you, Mister, and put them on him. This is just kind of a frustrating time of year. You look at the calendar for 7 days ahead, 14 days ahead, and you're like, I don't need cork. You do today. So that's what we have to make sure of today. All the horses that go behind the gate have 4 corks on all their feet. So that is the plan for today. I don't know what you guys have been up to, but it's been a pretty good and pretty productive day this far. Hopefully we continue to have a productive day later on at the Meadows and into Dayton and at Mohawk. Good luck to all my partners today. I will talk to you all very soon.